I've spent over, I don't even think about it, over $350,000 in ads in the last few years. Just because you're paying for ads to get in front of people doesn't mean they're going to care. Most of them aren't going to care. So you need to know how much it costs to acquire a client. You need to understand how long a client is with you and what the total return is of that client. Every lead that we get costs money. So when you're running ads, you're going to spend money. It's part of the game. You cannot just add $300 to an ad that's winning and overnight you're going to break it. It's finicky. Facebook ads are complicated. You cannot just make an ad and it works and then it runs because it's going to fatigue. So you'll make an ad that you think is amazing and everyone will hate it. This process needs to be managed every day, all the time, constantly. Welcome to the 7-Figure Salon podcast with Rachel and Drew. I'm Drew. Rachel's not here today, so you're stuck with me. This is actually part 2. The first one talked about marketing. This one, I'm going to deep dive ads. Okay. Real quick before I get into it, let's talk about the 4 ways to market, the 4 ways to acquire a client. Number 1 is one-to-one. That's going to be this one-to-one warm. Okay. That's going to be reaching out to people you know. The second way is one-to-many warm. People on your social media. I'm going live now on Instagram. This is one-to-many. Okay. Warm. You guys are following me. That's why you're seeing the stuff. So it's warm. So anyone that's following you in your phone, contacts, that's a one-to-group, one-to-many warm reach out. Then you got cold, one-to-one cold calls, randomly reaching out to people. Tough. Doable, works, but it's hard. And then you got one-to-many, which is going to be paid ads. So I'm going to talk, the last one I talked about one-to-one warm, and I talked to one-to-group warm. That's hard to say. Then we're going to dive into ads. So I'm going to talk about really kind of a general overview and summary of how I do ads. I've spent over, I don't even want to think about it, over $350,000 in ads as in the last few years. So currently we're going to be pushing to about $1,000 a day in ad spend. That's not a huge player, but we're getting there. So I'm the architect behind all of our ads, everything that we're doing, strategy. It's really important to know, and it's important that it has attention all the time. So I'm going to talk about what it took me so long to learn, and let's dive into it. So 4 phases. You have 4 phases when you do ads, okay? The intention of an ad, 1, you need to give away something, and you're looking to capture information so you can work people into your ecosystem, okay? You got to give away something good. It needs to be some sort of freebie, some sort of training, like something good. Don't give them some freaking piece of crap PDF. That's nonsense. Don't trick people. Give them something that you would normally charge for. It's got to be good, right? Mine right now is a free business assessment. If you go into the bio on my Instagram, or if you go into the description link at the bottom below on this podcast episode, you're going to see the link. Click it. It's legit. It's amazing. So give away something good, develop something, make something great. Okay. So that's that. Let's talk about phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Phase 1, the intention of phase 1 is you're going to be checking the CTR, your click-through rate. Anything between 1% and 2% is good. Anything under 1% is not good, meaning 100 people see it, 1 person click that shit. That is good, okay? So to frame up expectations, just because you're paying for ads to get in front of people doesn't mean they're going to care. Most of them aren't going to care, okay? That's why you got to spend money to do this. So when I set up, you have your campaigns, you have your ad set, which is the ad settings, and then you have the ad. When you're creating phase 1, I will create 10 variations of the same ad. Let's use an image for easy understanding. An image is going to be a picture with a headline on it with an offer, right? What you're doing is you're giving away the same thing is going to be consistent in all these. Like you want to give away the same freebie. Don't change the freebie up because you need to measure and track. What we're checking in phase 1 is the headline. So pause. This is going to be advanced, okay? This whole thing I'm about to dive into is some advanced stuff. So if you're going to listen to it, you want to learn about paid ads, buckle up. Diving back in. Phase 1, headline. You're testing 10 different variations of the same thing with the headline. So you know which headline people are creating. So what this might look like is a picture of right now, say I have a picture of our salon or a picture of Rachel. Actually, we had one that worked really well. We've been running for over a year now. It's Rachel getting out of her G-Wagon. And it says, get in, babe, we're going to fix your finances. Get in, babe, we're going to fix your salon's finances. That is the one. I created a bunch of different variations of that. Same picture, same black and white image, different headlines. I tested like 20 different headlines. That's the one that worked. And it wasn't my opinion. I thought some other ones were going to work better, but they didn't. That one worked. So after testing it, you can test for about $15 a day. 24 to 48 hours, you'll get some data. Okay, you'll see, cool, this one worked. People click this one better, and you'll just see it in the settings. So you take that one, that's phase one. You move it to phase two, right? So moving it to phase two, now you're going to change the creative. You got your winning headline or your winners. You could take the top 3 winners, right? And you move it to phase two. Phase two is where you change the creative, the video or the picture. Same headlines. Do not change the headlines. We have already found the headlines. We are no longer testing headlines anymore. So here's where you test your copy and your creative. Okay. So you create variations of the same thing. So get in, babe. We're going to fix your finances. Your salon's finances is the headline that works. And then now I'm going to run that headline up against 5 other photos in a couple of videos. Okay. So now we're testing multiple pieces of creative with the winning headlines. Okay. We will find the winner of phase two. Phase two, I'm gonna be like, hey, I will tell our creative guy, like, Josh, this video worked with this headline. Noted. So now we need to create, we're going to take the winners of phase two, and then we're going to move it into phase three. Phase three is where I test the audience. I got about 6 different audiences that we make, and we have narrow audiences, we have broad audiences. You want to build custom audiences. We have lookalike audiences, buyers list audiences. I have a lookalike audience that I've made from people who've bought from us. That's going to be your best audience. So create an audience and custom audiences in Facebook. Run the winner of phase two against 5 or so different audiences. You want to create a new audience every week or so. So what you're looking to is you're running up the winning headline and the winning creative against variant audiences, and that's phase three. Okay. So now you've got your winning headline, you got your winner from phase one, you move to phase two, now you got your winning headline or headlines with your winning piece of creative or creatives. Okay. The winners, you need to know how much it costs to acquire a client. You need to understand how long a client is with you and what the total return is of that client. So you know where you need to spend your money. You don't want to overspend for a lead. Right? I like to spend between $2 and $9 per lead. So every lead that we get costs money, right? So then we book an appointment. Those appointments cost money. If they no show, that costs us money. We need to retarget them. So when you're running ads, you're going to spend money. Okay. It's part of the game. Most of what you're doing is going to be on tests. Took me a long time to understand. While you're testing, you are converting these leads into clients. You're not scaling yet, which brings me to phase four. Phase four is scaling. I'm about to scale some ads. I'm going to bump it up by 20 to 30% per week. You cannot just add $300 to an ad that's winning and overnight. You're going to break it. You have to ease it in. It's finicky. Facebook ads are complicated, and they're glitchy and they're not perfect, and you gotta watch all the stuff. Like sometimes I would see a number and then I would be aware enough that that's not how much that lead costing, even though the data is telling me that. I had to refresh it and then, okay, cool, I got my correct data. It's kind of glitchy, right? So you gotta be aware of this stuff. Phase four is scaling. So the phase one headline winner goes to phase two, where you test the creative and the copy. Those winners go to phase three. You test the audience. And from phase three goes to phase four, which is scaling. Scaling is where you bump the money. You start pushing it. Because in phase four, I got the winning headline. I got the winning creative. I got the winning piece of copy. I know the audience that works best. This is a winning ad. Push the winning ad. Okay. Now, when you get all that going, now you need to create 20 other phase one tests. So there's the creativity comes in. You always need to be testing stuff. You always need to be moving things through this process, converting all along the way. Each campaign, there's a million different ways to do ads, but each campaign is going to have its own purpose. Are you setting up the ad to get clicks? Are you setting it up to get leads? Are you setting it up to convert sales? Are you pushing a website? Like, what are you doing? What's the intent of the ad? What is your goal? So you need to know what you want the ad to do. I just want ads to drive conversations. I want ads to book appointments, right? That's it. So an appointment booking ad for a salon is going to be legit. If you have an online company or you're selling a product, booking to a call is going to be ideal, just so you can connect with your clients and see if you can help them, see if it's fit. That's what we do in here. So people will come in, they'll fill an application. We'll go into a business assessment with them, a strategy session, and we're just there to help them. And if it's a fit, we'll offer them some mentorships that we do. Every business is a snowflake. So every salon is a snowflake, meaning they're all the same, but they're all unique in their own way. So if we can help them and we see a path forward, we'll offer it. And if not, if it's not a good fit, we'll authentically just offer them free help. Check out this podcast, go to our free group over here, kind of thing. So with that being said, if you want help and you want to do our assessment, it's 57 questions. It takes 5 minutes. It's in the description below. Click that. It can give you a breakdown of 8 components of your business. It's going to show operations, marketing, staffing, customer service, everything that you need to know. And I'm going to score you on each individual piece of your pillar of your company, giving you a total score, and then show you what you can do to improve immediately. This isn't like general advice. I'm going to tell you specifically, like if you have a staffing problem, I'm going to tell you exactly what you can do to resolve that problem in a report that'll email over to you. So click that below. That is the business. It's for salons, right? So click it, do it. Nothing like this exists in the world. I don't think. I haven't found it. So I made that. That's down there for you all. Hope you like it, and let me know what you think. And moving on, that is the intention of the 4th phase of marketing. So phase 1, headline. Phase 2, creative. Phase 3, audience. Phase 4, scaling. Now, how you set these things up, how you do it, there's some tactical help. If you need help with this, you can book a call below. That's all this stuff is free. Just if you don't want to do the assessment and you just want to hop on a call with us, grab a spot on the calendar. We'll hop on, see if we can help you out. But that is my 4-phase framework. It's quick. The main thing that you need to remember is you always need to be testing. Okay. You always need to be testing when you're doing paid acquisition. You cannot just make an ad and it works and then it runs, because it's going to fatigue over time. Meaning, when a fatiguing ad means it's getting in front of the same audience. I know you've been online, we've seen the same thing all the time. You're like, ugh, that ad again. That means their frequency rate is too high. What they're not doing, what that company's not doing, is they're not creating new creative in phase 1 to test and move through to phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. So this process needs to be happening all the time. Sometimes you'll hit a pocket, and then your ads will be working and then converting, and then you ride that wave. Go, go, go. Get your acquisition team going, push that ad, convert those clients, support, and then create new creative in phase 1. So really 10 pieces of creative per week is going to be ideal for phase 1, because you're going to move them and ascend them through. And then some will work, some of the ads won't. So you'll make an ad that you think is amazing and everyone will hate it. You don't run ads on your opinion. We have ideas that we create, but you want to make the content and put it out there and then read the data on how is it landing in the marketplace. Like we would create phase 2, like you could do a picture with the winning headline. And then in phase 2, I would test colors. So I tested like 15 different colors. Get in, babe. It's time to fix your salon's finances. Click the free budget sheet below. That was the headline and the call to action, the CTA. You need a call to action in there in your ads. Blue worked. We had pink, we had beige, we had yellow, we had white. White and blue converted better. We thought the prettier ones would work, right? Rachel was upset. I was like, blue worked. So she's like, that didn't make any sense. Like, they clicked the blue. They liked the blue one better. It was like a teal blue, So you don't know until you run the spin behind it, right? So I've broken a lot of my businesses trying to do ads because I didn't understand this process. This isn't a process that I invented. This is something I learned over time. But it works for me, and then it's enabled me to be the architect behind all of our ads and really run, scale, and do things. The hard part is setting all this up, like the settings inside the ads. That would be impossible to talk about on a podcast. You need to do that like one-to-one, have someone look at your ads and go through it and set them up. When our clients are ready for that, we do that for them. But remember the previous podcast, one-to-one warm is the quickest way to cash. You don't need to do paid ads to get cash. So if you're doing that and you're doing the posting, right, and then you're doing those two, then I would look at ads. But I wouldn't go into ads unless you're doing the one-to-one reach out to previous clients, like a warm audience, or in the one-to-one group where you're posting all the time, you're converting from your social media. Like once you're doing those two things and then you got some extra capital, then start looking at ads. Salon locations, y'all, when it's time to push a campaign, really between 70 and 150 bucks a day is enough for your location, because you're just geotagging your area, right? If you're running a salon location, it's a brick and mortar business. So I've ran ads all over the world with fitness. Particular countries, not all over the world, because the currency doesn't work. So I would be Canada, Europe, Australia, and North America. That was like what I did. Had clients all over. In a salon, you're only looking in your area. So within like 5 to 10 miles of 5, 10, maybe 15 tops in your area. but you can geotag exactly where you want to run these ads. So you'll get in front of your community pretty quick. If you're looking for like women between 22 and 65 who are, interests of, they're into, I don't know, what are your clients into? They might be into Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Whole Foods. They might be into what do our clients like? Put car like GMC, put interests, you can put private schools in your area. They'd be into that. Things like that. Another way you can reach out is the same concept is on Instagram. So like one to one cold example, because I haven't really dove into that. 1-to-1 would be like, I'm gonna go into Instagram, and there's a private school out here we're looking at called Legacy. So I would cite Legacy School, and then we're gonna get a bunch of pictures of Legacy, right? I'm gonna click on a picture that I like, and then that maybe like my client would like. Maybe it's a family at a football game, right? We'll click that, and then who is gonna like that picture? Probably local ladies in our area that I can reach out and say hi to and offer a free treatment to come in, right? That's free. So again, keyword search. I'm searching a public school because again, people, men and women who like public schools, those are my kind of client, right? Income is where I need it. They're going to invest in their health and their looks and their beauty. So I click Legacy, I find a picture, I click the picture, and then I go in to see who's liking and who's commenting on that picture. I make some comments, I go into the likes, and then I reach out. Hey, what's up? It's Drew and Rachel. We own a couple salons in the area. Saw that you guys saw you. I think we're on the same post. We like the same post, and I just want to say, hey, which is true. Like we're looking for our daughter's likely going to be joining the school next year, but we own a salon. Just wanted to see if you wanted to come in for a free treatment. It's on the house. Just looking to help out 3 to 5 local ladies. Just cause you got some time next week to come in. Boom. That's a cold outreach. That's cold. She doesn't know who we are, right? So, or that we own a salon, but we're reaching out, we're offering her something, and it's all in there's no strategy. We're just trying to create value. From there, she'll come in, we'll invite her in, we'll book her, build a relationship, invite her back in, new client, right? That's free, but the work is the time. To market, you got to spend time or money. So you have to pick one, and this process needs to be managed every day, all the time, constantly, right? Josh and I were talking about this episode. He said, what is the one thing that you think salon owners aren't doing? I was like, well, they're not running a marketing campaign at all because their heads, their noses to the grind on being in the business, doing all the little tactical things. This is bigger level stuff. You got to be driving clients to your business every day. You have to be talking to people every day. You don't just talk to people to talk to them to invite them in to take part in what you're doing and invite them in all the time. Think about how you got your very first client. If you've had a client in anything, think about how you did that. You were probably somewhere, you probably talked to someone, and you probably offered them something, right? Somewhere, someone, something. Like that's 1, 2, 3, right? But people forget because we try to do all this fancy stuff, and we don't do the main thing. That's the main thing that gets the clients in. So that's the most important thing in social media and paid ads. Just that's just the throttle to do that, right? So hope that was helpful. Listen to that a few times. Understand those 4 phases of framework. If you guys have questions, reach out to me. You can Instagram me, @Drew_Thomas. I love talking this stuff. We're very accessible, so hit us up and let us know if you have any questions about that. Before we go, we have something that we want to announce and invite you to. On March 23rd through the 26th, we're having our 4th event. We're having a mastermind out here in the Woodlands. We have a few tickets left. If you are a client, you get a free ticket to this event. But we are opening the door to take on about 20 non-clients that want to come in to see what we're doing. There's going to be a link below. Click that link, grab you a ticket. There's a few available. We're only letting about 20 people in as we only have so many seats in this event. It is our biggest event, but it is not an unlimited thing. It is a very limited thing. So we're going to do 3 days of operations, marketing. We're going to deep dive this stuff. I'm going to do a whole presentation on ads, P&Ls, teach you how to read your numbers. We got people coming in that are a part of our world that have helped us set up our family banking for our family. Like, we're really excited. It's gonna be a great event, and we're putting everything into it. So if you want more information about that, there'll be a link below. If you want to talk to us about it, you can book a call too. So there's gonna be 3 links down below. There's gonna be ticket link to the mastermind. There's gonna be a business assessment, and there's gonna be a link to book a call to have a chat with us. So anyway, we can help you guys. Holla and have a great rest of your day. Thanks.